Good morning, students. This is grade 7 Computer Science, chapter 4. Chapter name is Introduction to QBasic. Related to this chapter, we discussed some concepts in previous video class. What are all the concepts we discussed? That is elements of QBasic. In this video class, we will discuss some more concepts. That is statements in QBasic, then how to save a QBasic program and how to exit from the QBasic. Students, the concepts what all I am explaining in this video class is not covered, is not given in your grade 7 computer science book. If you want to know about this concept, refer your grade 6 computer science book, because you should know the basic concept of QBasic. Then only you can understand the concepts which are all given in your grade 7 computer science book easily. Okay, so let me see what are all the concepts we will discuss in this video class. The agenda of this video class is QBasic statements. Having any idea about what is mean by QBasic statements? Okay, I will tell. The statements are nothing but set of instructions. Statements are nothing but set of instructions or commands given to the computer system for doing some particular task. Not only QBasic statements, generally if we are using statements in language, that means computer science language, means this is the common explanation. Okay, so statements means what? A statements means that is a set of instructions or commands given to the computer system for doing some particular task. Okay, many statements we are using in QBasic, but some statements only I am going to explain. What are all? Print statement, let statement, in statement, rem statement, CLS statement, input statement, and some more concept: how to save a program, how to save a QBasic program, how to exit from QBasic. Okay, let me see one by one. The first one is print statement. You know already, because a previous class itself I explained. What is the use of print statement? It is used to display output. Here the output may be a message or numbers or value of the variable. Okay, here the syntax is given: print, message, then semicolon, expression. Here the message means that's what are all the message we are giving, that is enclosed in a within double quotes. Okay, what we are giving within a double quotes, it is displayed on the screen. Can we print only message? Can we display only message on the screen? No, we can print numbers and value of the variable. Everything we can display on the output screen of the QBasic. Okay, I will explain each and every statement we used in QBasic with the help of the QBasic language. Let me see, student. First one is what? QBasic statement. Okay, I will show to you. See here. First one, print statement. First one is what? Print statement. Print Trinity International School. First one is what? Trinity International School. Here I enclosed this as string within double quotes. So let me see what type of output we will get. Run. Okay. So start F5. You can use F5 also. Sorry student. The previous program output also displayed on the screen, but I type only the Trinity International School. But how the answer 5 also came on the output screen? Because I gave that CLS, then print 5. After I deleted, again I typed a print a Trinity International School. But the previous program output also displayed on the output screen. How we can delete? With the help of the clear screen statement. So I showed to you. See here, with the help of the clear screen statement. Here clear screen syntax is CLS. What is the use of clear screen statement? So this statement is used to clear the output of the previous program. Now we will get only the string Trinity International School on the output screen. Let me check. See here. Now the output 5 is erased. Is it clear, student? So if you don't want the previous output of the previous program, you can use the clear statement. Here the clear statement is what? CLS. Okay. Here I used only that string concept, string type only I used. Can we print the number on the output screen by using print statement? It is possible? Yes, it is possible. I'll show to you. See here. Just print 100. So that number 100 will be displayed on the output screen. Okay. Then value of the variable. Value of the variable. See here. A is equal to 6. Here I am going to print the value of the variable A. Let me check. See here. 6 is printed on the screen. Okay. So you know what is the use of print statement. So the print statement is used to display the output on the output screen. Okay. Here the output may be a message or value of the variable, or it may be numbers. Okay. Apart from this, we can use comma and semicolon in print statement. So what is the use of this? I will show to you. See here. Here print QBasic. Then here I am going to use a semicolon. So both if we can use both comma and semicolon in print statement. So what is the use of this comma and semicolon? Here comma and semicolon, that if the expression list ends with comma or semicolon, the next print statement is printed on the same line, but little bit different is there. Okay, I will show to you. See here, a QBasic, that message, and also a number I am going to print. Okay, so let me check what will be the answer. Start. See here, QBasic 50. I have forgotten to give a clear screen. Okay, I am going to use CLS. See here. Now we will check. Start. QBasic 50. See here, student, between the QBasic and 50 only one space is given. Okay, so here we used only a semicolon. Okay, suppose if you are using comma, so what will happen? If you are using comma, between these two the tab space will appear. Let me check. See here, the tab space. Okay, I'll show you with the help of the another one print statement. Here I used comma. In next print statement, I'm going to use the semicolon. Okay, so semicolon 100. Okay, in first print statement, then QBasic, comma and 50 I have given. The next print statement, language, then semicolon 100 I have given. So both whether we are using semicolon or comma, it prints the next print statement on the same line. But one difference between these two, if you are using semicolon in print statement, only one space will be available. That means only one space will be given between the print statement. Okay, between the print, that means between the message and numbers. If you are using comma, what will happen? The tab space will be appeared. Okay, the tab space will be appeared between the message and number. Let me check. See here, student. Q basic, then tab space and 50. Here language, then space 100. I think you understood the concept of print statement. So we can use comma and semicolon in print statement. I think you understood the difference. When we are if we are using comma, then what will happen? When we are using semicolon in print statement, what will happen? Okay. The next concept is let statement. Next concept is what? Let statement. Okay. We will see. The let statement is used to assign the value to the particular variable. The let statement is used to assign value to a particular variable. Here, syntax of this let statement is let variable is equal to value or expression. Here, let is optional. You know, now only I used a is equal to 6. I did not use any let statement before that variable. So here we can use let or no need. Here let is optional. Without using let statement, we can assign value to the particular variable. I will show to you. See here, student, with the help of the Q basic language. See, once again I'll show to you. See here, let a is equal to 10. Next, b is equal to 20. For one statement, for one code, I used let statement. The next one line, I did not use any let statement. Just I assign a value 10 to the variable a and I assign 20 to the variable b. Okay. In first, I used let statement. In second, I did not use the let statement. So both are same. Here the let is optional. Let is optional. Next, I am going to print value of the variable a and value of the variable b. Let me check what type of output we will get. See here, student, 10, 20. Is it clear, student? So let statement is optional. Why we are using that let statement? The let statement is used to assign a value to the particular variable. Is it clear, student? The next concept is, two concepts we discussed. First one is print statement and second one is let statement. The next one is end statement. Previous video class, I did not tell about this concept, but we can use this end statement. So what is the use of this end statement? This is the last statement of the Q basic program. Suppose if you are giving any statement, after the end statement, it will not be executed. It will not be executed. So the end statement is used to that is, it is the last statement of the Q basic program. If you are giving any statement after the end statement, it will not be executed. Shall we check? Okay. See here, with the help of the Q basic language, I will show to you. See here. First one. See that last program. Consider this last program. I am going to give end statement. I am going to give end statement. See, end. Okay. Now we will check the answer. The same answer we will get. 10, 20. Okay. What I told, that means if you are giving any statement after the end statement, it will not be executed. For example, print welcome. I need this message on the output screen. Okay. Shall we check whether this print statement is executed on the executed or not? Okay. Let me check, because I have given this print statement after the end statement. Let me check what type of output we will get. See here. Only we have got the output 10, 20. What about the print statement which is given after the end statement? It is not displayed on the screen. Okay, so because after the end statement, whatever we are giving, it will not be executed. So end statement is the last statement of the QBasic program. Is it clear, student? Okay, the next one is, I will show to you, student. See here, the next concept is REM statement. What is the use of REM statement? If you want to remark any statement, that means if you want to if you want to give remarks in your program, you can use REM statement. It is used to write commands in a program. So these commands are non-executable. These commands are non-executable. It is ignored by QBasic. It is ignored by QBasic. The syntax is given REM remarks. Okay. Suppose if you have written some program, if you want to know the program title and program's explanation, you can use REM statement. So this with the help of the REM statement, the other programmers can understand the logic of the program, can understand the logic of the program. I will show to you. See, with help of the QBasic language, I will show to you. See here, student, QBasic language. Consider one program. See here. First, I'm going to give clear screen. I will use caps lock, clear screen. After that, then RAM. This program is written by grade 7. Written by grade 7. Okay. This is non-executable statement. This statement is ignored by QBasic. Okay. Then print annual day. Print annual day celebration. Annual day celebration. Okay. Then at last I am going to use end statement. Let me check. See here, we will get only the annual day celebration on the output screen. Okay. It is this string only displayed on the screen. Let me check. See here, student. See, annual day celebration. What happened? This program is written by grade 7. Why? Because this is non-executable statement. It is ignored by QBasic. If you want to give any remarks to our program, we can use. If you want to write any commands. For example, suddenly open your program, you couldn't understand the concept. If you are giving a REM statement, easily you can understand the logic of the program. Suppose if any programmers are seeing your program, easily they can understand. If you are using a REM statement in your program, the other programmers can also understand the logic of your program. Is it clear, student? Okay. The next concept is, so how many concepts we have discussed? The REM statement, then print statement and let statement, then next one is clear statement. Next one is what? Clear statement. Then when I explained the print statement, we discussed clear screen also. Isn't it or not? You know very well. The previous video class also we discussed. So clear screen is used to clear the outputs of the previous program. Okay, it clears the output of the previous program. So what program we are typing, so we will get that program output only on the screen. First, one thing is important. So here the clear screen, this statement you have to give in first step in your program. Okay, in middle if you are using, some problem will occur. That means whatever statements you have given before the clear statement, everything will be clear. Okay, so it is better you can use the clear screen in first step in your program. Okay, is it clear, student? The next one is input statement. Okay, up to this, just we assign value to the variable. Just directly we assign value to the variable. We did not read any value to the variable by using keyboard. Isn't it or not? Okay. So input statement is used to gather the input from the user. That means input statement is used to get the value from the user. At the time of execution, we can read a value to the particular variable. During the execution time, we can read the value of the variable. For that, we are using input statement. Okay, see here, I will show to you with the help of the QBasic language. So I'm going to erase all the steps. Just only clear screen I have typed. The next input A. The next input B. Then C is equal to A plus B. Then print C. At last I am going to give end statement. So what will happen? Here I did not assign any value to the variable A and B. During execution time, I am going to give value. First, how many variables I used? 3 variables, but I am going to give value only 2 variables. For variable A and variable B. Let me check what will happen. See here. Question mark is appeared on the screen. Yes, when program execute this input statement, the question mark along with space will be displayed on the output screen. Here that means it has waits for the user to type the value for the variable A. Okay, I am going to give value for the variable A 10. After that, I am going to enter. What will happen? Again, the question mark will appear. Here, the user has to give value to the variable B. What value? I am going to give value 20. Okay. At last, I am going to press the enter key. What will happen? It displays the output. What will be what is the output? 30. Here I used one statement, input A and input B. So we are giving value for the variable A and B. Then after that it is added and the added value is assigned, that means stored into the variable C. At last the C value of the variable C is displayed on the screen. At last I used end statement. Okay. Okay. Here the program contains how many lines? Only 6 lines. Okay. Suppose if the program contains 100 or 150 lines, only 3 variables are used. For example, 50 variables if I am using in the program. Suddenly you can't identify what, that means the user can't identify what type of value has to give to the particular variable. Okay, how many values has to give and what type of value has to give. The user will get some confusion. So for avoiding that, we are using input statement with prompt message. Input statement with prompts. We will see. Did you understand, student? I will show to you. See here. That means if you are using only the input A and input B, the user will get some confusion. That means he or she has no idea that what kind of or how many values to type. So for avoiding this, we are using input statement with prompts. Here prompts means what? That means it nothing but a text or a symbol. It's do some actions. Okay. So we should always prompt users for values that they should type in response to input. I will show to you with the help of the Q basic language. See here, student. Here I am going to use, for example, what is your name? What is your name? Okay. Then here, comma. Here your name will be in string type. So what type of variable you have to use? Here the variable must end with the dollar sign. Variable must end with the dollar sign. Is it clear, student? Okay. Here I am going to use semicolon. I will show the difference. I will explain the difference. When we are using semicolon or comma after the text of the input statement, so what will happen? I will show to you, student. See here. The next one is input. Which class are you studying? In which class are you studying? In which class are you studying? Is it clear, student? In which class are you studying? Okay. Then here also I am going to use semicolon. Simply I am going to use B because I am going to use only number. Okay. The next these statements are not necessary. So I am going to delete this. Okay. Only two statements are used. First one is input. What is your name? Then $, because your name is in string type. So I used that variable and end with the dollar sign. The next one, in which class are you studying? Here I used only the B, variable B. It contains, I am going to give only a number type. Okay. Let me check. See here. At last I am going to print A and B. No. Print A, comma, B. What will happen? See here. Run. What is your name? I am going to give a name. For example, Ragul. I am going to give the name Ragul. Which class are you studying? 7th standard. Okay. See here. Sorry, student. It prints some. That means it prints some error. First, we have to give here $. Here I used only A. Have you noticed that, student? I got only that output 0 instead of getting the output Ragul. Okay. So see here. Once again I will explain. So what type of mistakes we have done. See here. Ragul, then 7. But I got instead of Ragul I got 0. Why? Can you find out? Okay. Here I have given only A. What's the mistake? $, I have to give. Now I will get the correct answer. See here. Ragul, then grade 7. Now I will get the correct answer. Is it clear, student? So comma only I used in print statement. So tab space is appeared between these two. Is it clear? Okay. Suppose here, notice here, what is your name? After that question mark and a space appeared. In which class are you studying? Then question mark and space are appeared on the output screen. Okay. If you don't want question mark on the output screen, so what we have to use here, instead of semicolon, I have to use comma. Now the question mark and space will not be appeared on the screen. Is it clear? See here. Let me check. Start. See here. The question mark and space is not displayed on the screen. Okay. Now I can use the name Rahul in which section? Grade 7. Now Rahul 7 is displayed. So like a print statement, we can use a comma and semicolon in input statement. So what is the difference between these two? If you are using semicolon after the text in input statement, the question mark is appeared on the output screen with the text, along with text, okay, along with message. But if you are using comma in print input statement after the text, if you are using comma in input statement, the question mark is not displayed on the output screen. Is it clear, student? Okay. So how many statements I explained in this video class? Print statement, then end statement, and let statement, rem statement, and cls statement, and input statement with prompts. Okay, so at last I have to explain the concept how to save a program, how to exit a program from QBasic. Okay, how to exiting from a QBasic. I will show to you, student. See here, I have typed the program which I have explained now. See here that I did not save this. Okay, it is in a name untitled. So I should save this. If I want to save this program, we have to follow some steps. See here, go to file menu. Here, save as, choose the save as option. After choosing this option, save as dialog box will be appeared on the screen. Here you can give a file name. It's your wish. You can use any file name. For example, I am going to use our school name. After giving the file name, at last you have to click the OK button. So immediately the file is saved with the extension .bas. The QBasic extension is what? .bas. No need to give .bas. As soon as you are giving the file name, after clicking the OK button, immediately the name is saved with the extension. The program is saved with the given name with extension .bas. Is it clear, student? Okay. The final step is what? How to exit from a QBasic. Only two steps. A first step, click file menu, file tab, and choose the exit option. Okay. Now the QBasic program is closed. Okay. We quit the QBasic. We exit from the QBasic program. Did you understand the concept, student? So I hope you understood the concept. What all I have explained in this video class. We will see in next class, student. Thank you, student.